I welcome each and everybody. I welcome each and everybody to this Bhagavad Gita session. Today we are going to discuss chapter 14. And last time we have seen how the modes are going to control. So, what is the starting? How you can say that? Who is the original inner creator? Anybody?
Prakriti.
Original creator, I told.
Original creator,
How?
Lord Krishna only.
Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna only. Who is the sanctioner?
Prakriti Prabhuji.
Who is the sanctioner? Hear carefully. Who is the sanctioner?
Sanctioner Lord Krishna Mataji, but giver through Prakriti Mataji.
Yeah, through Prakriti. But the sanctioner is always Lord Krishna. He's the supreme abode, he's the supreme authority, he's the supreme proprietor. Yeah. Everything thing what we are having as the soul is entrapped in some of the because 8.4 million templates are there as in your MS Word. Yeah, our Brahma is also having 8.4 million templates. So in that way, the soul is entrapped in that each and every template. If it may be a human, or if it may be a demigod, if it may be a small ant or a worm, everything, wherever the soul is there, is entrapped in such templates. But who the templates are given by Brahma, but actually the sanction is given by the Lord Krishna himself. You understood this? But it is sanctioned through Prakriti. Accordingly, due to our karma, the previous activities, according to our Swabhava, the template is given by the Prakriti. But the actual sanctioner is Lord Krishna, the supreme mind of body, or the supreme proprietor, the maintainer, the cause of all the causes is Lord Sri Krishna. He is the supreme person. Okay, now we are going to discuss the nature. The nature is the Prakriti. So, how this Prakriti is going to act on each and every soul? Because there are 8.4 million species are there. So 8.4 million species are there. So in one species, there are many. If we take a species of birds, there may be many different. See, as in the nature we see many birds. Every time we'll see different birds, different categories of birds are there. So in that way, we have categorized the birds accordingly because the birds are having only two legs. The two legs creatures are birds mostly. So in that way, according to their beak, according to the shape, according to how the flying capacity is there everything accordingly. Each and every bird is having one species. In that species, again the subspecies. In that way, this species and this creation is running on. It's not only the species of birds, it may be the species of each and everything. See, if you go and take the worm species, if a person is very enthusiastic, he's going to study the subject of, if a professor is there, the professor is how he'll be studying only on one subject. If the professor is very intelligent and he's very much accustomed to read and he's very interested in only studying the leeches. Leeches, no. So in that way, there may be only one leech. There may be different types of leeches. Accordingly, they are categorized. Yeah. So the professor may be every time in that leeches only. Every time his mind will be in the any specific leech category is there, or how this leech is going to walk, how it will be in that mood only. So again, what the result of that professor will be in the next line. Even he's a professor, he may get many novels, but his mind everywhere, this is involved only in leeches. So, what will be the result of that professor? Because he's not spiritually inclined. So, what will be the next birth of this professor? Any one of you? He'll be in the human phase, or he'll be in somewhere degraded position, or where he will be.
Nobody knows Mataji.
See, I have given you the example of leeches. Every time his mind is entangled in that leeches only. So at the time of death, where will be his mind? His mind will be in that leeches only, no? So next birth, he'll be taking the birth of a leech only, no?
Yes, Mataji.
अंतकाले च मामेव स्वरमुक्त कलेवरम.
No, every time his mind, no, you know the sloka, but you need to understand in the specific region. See, if you are going to see every time the professor is entangled with that leeches only, in the next part, what he will be? He'll become a leech. He's not in human species. So why I'm saying this? No, there may be lot and lots of members will be professors or anything, but this human life is given to us for specific reason. Why? To get towards self-realization, to have God consciousness. So these main things, from where we came, where we have to go, these are the main things where we have to approach. See, now we are in the nature. See, nature is acting according to the three modes of nature. And now where the professor is, because the return, the end, the next life, the professor will be as a leech. So is the professor in which type? Just a moment. Hare Krishna. So you can know that where the professor will be. So he'll be always in his tamoguna only because he's not in the God conscious nature. So now we are seeing that these mode, the nature or the nature, how it is going to have the symptoms. So how we are going to get these symptoms? They are different, no? See, you know that the jiva is entrapped and enmeshed in this body. So we are the body, so we are entrapped in it. Just when we see a fish that is caught in the net, it will be struggling to get out of that net. But sometimes it gets out of the net and sometimes it cannot get. So here also, Jiva is always focusing on how to be having even gate. It will be always exploiting the three gunas. As Jiva is also entrapped in this repeated cycle of birth and death. Why? Because when there is when the jiva or the living entity becomes experience, because when the jiva is in the pure state of pure soul, it is Sachidananda, because it is a part and parcel of Lord Krishna. It will be every time in Sachidananda state. But when the soul is entrapped in this body, then it has to experience the matter and the spirit. So both the soul and the body. So the body will be having six different transformations. In this way, even the body is also suffering. Why? Because the soul is going to desire it and it is experiencing through the modes of nature. So we know that the modes of nature are three in number. That is the mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So if you are in the mode of goodness, means every time anybody see the material energy will be binding the soul with the three modes of nature. As we know that we have to have the knowledge of soul. What is the knowledge of soul? The knowledge that we are not this body. We are the parts and parcels of Krishna, and our relationship with Krishna is eternal, and we are pure souls, and that is will be every time in Sachidananda. So when we are entrapped in this body and we are going to please the soul, if you are going to please the how you can please the soul? Because when when you think that you are having an internal relationship with Lord Krishna and you are going to do some little bit devotional service to Krishna every time, what will happen? The soul will be very happy because it is an internal part of Krishna. So whatever the pleasure is there, if you are going to please soul means the soul is also accompanied with the super soul. So we are definitely pleasing Lord Krishna. So, but all this, see, at that time when you are going to please Krishna and when you are going to transcend this nature, this modes of material nature. Why? Because these are just like a tree strings. Because we know that our material senses are five, and the soul is entrapped. Just like a tree, it is binded with lot of snakes in it. Our soul is binded with this five snakes of five senses. And this way our soul is snapped. But how we must be just like a tortoise. See, if a tortoise is walking on in a forest, what will if suddenly there is some little bit danger, what it will do? It will just take all the lumps inside and it will just be pretending just like a rock. Means it is taking all its senses inside and it is in the situation that it doesn't have any type of hurting inside. So it is saving all its limbs. In the same way, when we are transcendenting these three modes of nature, then this body or the soul is going to be liberated state. Or just like a pure devotees of the Lord. There are many. In our parampara, if you take Srila Prabhupada, he is a pure devotee. So he went to into America with 40 rupees, but in 40 rupees in Jaladuta. But while coming back, he was having 40 billions of dollars. 40 billions. So he was accompanied by Lord Krishna and the pure devotees every time liberated. If he gets money, Prabhupada has used everything for his own sake. He has not used anything for his sake. He had built 108 temples so that, and they become the learning centers of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And there is a deity worship, so you can do different sevas in the temple. So each and every soul can get benefit. In that way, the pure devotee always thinks. So when there is more, because the pure devotees of the Lord, they are transcendental to these material modes. But as we, in our normal position, we are not transcendental, no? So what will be? We'll be conditioned to any modes, any type of modes. If we are in happiness, we may be in the mode of goodness. If we are very much actively in that at through to activities, because our soul cannot be in inactive stage, as we'll be every time in active, we'll be serving others, we'll be serving Krishna, we'll be serving any members, as that is the nature of work according to our circumstances. So in passion, what we'll be doing, we'll be taking all our fruit to activities to ours. If we are in a mode of madness means ignorance without knowledge propensity, then we can't know that. So we know these three modes of nature and what are the causes of that and what are the characteristics of that three modes of nature. Any one of you can say the characteristics of mode of goodness? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The mode of goodness.
Characteristics of mode of goodness will be Satvik Mataji.
Okay, Sadvik means it is again coming to mode of goodness. So a person is humble or good.
Yeah, he can be liberated. The first qualification to go for the advancement of spirituality will be mode of goodness, Mataji. That is
Okay,
the
that is okay.
Seva Bhava mainly.
Humble Mataji.
Then I'll give you one example. If a Brahmana is there, okay,
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
what is the nature of a Brahmana? He'll be good at education. He'll be good at knowledge. He'll be teaching others. and he'll be doing his he'll be doing the deity worship, and he'll be doing according to his karma. So if a brahmana thinks that I'm a brahmana, so it is very good, I can have I can also have a good family and I can live like this, then what will happen? So in the next birth also he'll be a brahmana if it is good for him.
No, Mataji. He has to approach the spiritual master and go pray for the means it become devotee of Lord Krishna. Mataji.
No, you didn't got me. If a brahmana is there, so normally we represent the mode of goodness by a brahmana. Okay. So if a brahmana is there, brahmana will be always in good nature. He'll be very humble. He'll be teaching. His profession, he will be in teaching and everything. So if he sees that, if he sees that in brahmana, I'm a brahmana presently, so I'm very happy. He is content in satisfaction. So whatever he's getting, he's happy and he's living like that only. So in the next birth also he'll become a Brahmana only.
Yes, Mataji.
But is that enough for a Brahmana?
No, Mataji. He has to grow up to the spirituality because of we are all Jivera Swarupai Krishna and Nityadas, no, Mataji.
No, that is the main performer, that we are the parts and parcels of Krishna, and we must be in the mode of dasa.
Yes, yes,
So, but here I'm asking, this is the mode of goodness. I'm giving an example of a Brahmana. See, if a Brahmana is also there, if somebody is going to stay in mode of goodness for a lot of time, is it that he won't be declined to other two? Passion and ignorance, there will be degradation also. So anybody who are in now, who are in goodness, as we in the class, each and everybody has came to the platform of goodness, so that we are in a position to hear this Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, the same way, if we are in the same position only, there will be the chances of getting down to other stages. But what we have to do, as a Brahmana is there, or a scientist, or a poet, they are maybe in good circumstances. If a scientist is there, he's going to do a lot of experiment, and if the experiment is success, the whole world is going to appreciate it. So he'll be in a mode of goodness only. But it is not that every time we have to be in mode. We have to transcend this mode of goodness, and we have to go for Vishuddha Sattva. That is the Vasudeva stage. At that time, we have become the devotees of the Lord. But now we are in the progress of going to be a devotee of the Lord. So, the main characteristics of goodness are, they are not proud of their knowledge, because a Brahmana is never proud of their knowledge. He'll be in a very humble state, and he'll be thinking that I need to know more and more. I need to learn more and more. And, and again, the sense of happiness is there. But this sense of happiness, again, if he is in the mode of goodness, it will be bothering him in repeated birth and death. And again, if he is going to improvise his living conditions. See, once a Brahmana was there, there was a disciple of one guru. So the guru told that, I'm going to Kasi. See, I say I'll be staying there and I'll be praying to the Lord, and I won't be coming. So this disciple was every time under the shelter of the guru. So he was very protective. So what are the guru said, he used to do. So what happened? No, he built a small hut, and he was staying in that small forest. And he was only having the two dresses, the one he was wearing and the one he used to dry them for the next day. So it was like that. So what happened? No, one day one a rat entered that, and it started biting, eating the clothes. So he flew the rat. But next day also it was, because this Brahmana was begging alms from the villagers, and he used to eat and he used to sleep. So at that time, no, after begging this alms, he started begging them to give clothes also. At that time, one of the householder, he said, you are suffering from the rats, no? So you can take one cat, so that the cat will be protecting you. Your clothes won't be bitten by the rat. So at that time, okay, he thought, okay, for cat it's good, so that it will eat the rat, and there is no need to take care of that cat. But unfortunately, the cat was becoming weaker. So at the next time, what happened? No, he went with one more ball, not only for his arms, but also for the milk for the. Sorry. And so again for the milk. So after a few days of giving him, why don't you take as you are a Brahmana? Why don't you go to the main villager so that he'll give you a cow? For again, he brought that cow, no, cow. For the cow, it needs grass. So again, for grass, you have to do alone. It is very difficult. So why can't you marry? So again, the marriage, and he became the wealthiest person in that village. This will be the sequence. If we are not properly going above the modes of the nature, mode of goodness, what will happen? When he was under the shelter of the Guru, he was perfect. But when he came out, all his senses were aroused and everything got, and he finally became a merchant. So when his guru came to that village to see where this his disciple fellow was, he was very surprised to see each and everything. So at that time, when he was in the shelter of Guru and he was doing everything, it was very good, and he used to be very good disciple. So he was in the mode of goodness. But if there is no association of the Guru, he fall down. It was not due to some or the other reason or some of the circumstances he might. So what will happen? No, the happiness, the cause of happiness was there. No, he becomes one or more less free from all the sinful reactions. What will happen? As the Brahmana has degraded himself, no, the Brahmana is the highest person, but he degraded and he became a merchant with all the family. He was having lot of sons and other things. So his destiny also failed. Normally, a Brahmana with his ability as a brahmachari, he would attain liberation, and there was no likelihood of liberation for him. So, but for the mode of goodness, the destiny is liberation, moksha. And if a person who is in passion means the passion means he is having the ropes of desires that are due to attachment. Means if you see the characteristics of a man, he is going to be attracted to the woman. Or if he is having lot of pharmacy because he needs more and more of wealth, the products of the modes of nature that is hankering for material enjoyment and sense gratification, that is want of honor, fame, want of a family, house construction action. He want to be the top in the most of his relatives, to have a palatable house, and whatever the results he is going to have, he is going to enjoy. And in destiny, he is not having any destiny of liberation. Whereas if you go for the mode of ignorance, the quality is there are just the opposite of Satvaguna. Satvaguna means he'll be every time in a humble state. But here, he is very degraded from a human life is going to the downer species, because the mode of ignorance they'll be in every time in madness. That is, it is what, no, they will say that they'll be every time accumulating more and more money. They're not going to take care of anything of that eternal spirit. They're not going to please eternal spirit. If we call for this Bhagavad Gita sections, no, they'll say, no, we are not having any time, and we are busy in work. I'm having this work, that work. So they will never attend, or they'll be in a very lazy state, excessive sleeping for more than 10 to 12 hours. Was normally our sleeping time is sufficient to 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours. But the people will be in sleeping for 10 to 12 hours. Every time they will be in a dejected state, in a type of depression, and they'll be taking intoxication, sleeping more. So these are the binding forces. According to the three modes of nature. If is one in goodness, is in passion, and in ignorance. So we know all this. So now we know that it is very because in goodness there is an impotence to take spiritual life. Because if one person is there, the person as an is if you have seen that Durvasa Muni, Durvasa Muni was in Sattva, in Rajoguna, because he had given this, when Ambarish Maharaj has offended, he thinks that Ambarish Maharaj has offended Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni immediately took his hair and he created a demon, and everything was destroyed. So again, afterwards, but what happened? Ambarish Maharaj was very humble. He was just praying to the Lord Vishnu. At that time, Sudarshan Chakra appeared, and this Durvasa Muni has to take shelter from three. He went to Brahmaloka. Next, again he went to Shivaloka, Kailasha, and again he went to Vishnu Loka, Vaikunta, and again came back to the devotee, and he took shelter of him because he was in the mode of passion. So what will happen now in the mode of desire, in the passion, whatever we do, he'll be having unfulfilled, unlimited desires. If one desire is over, we'll be having other desire. So it will be just like we'll be in a very attachment form. And every times when we do something, think correctly and something sinfully also, we don't see. What will be in the passion stage means even cook or hook, you have to take that. In ignorance, every time we'll be in that mode of laziness. We don't want to do all our regulative duties. But in Sattvaguna, we'll be doing our regulative duties, all the four regulative principles doing accordingly. But in Tamoguna, everything will be opposite of this. So these are the obstacles that we are going to take. Any one of you, can you read from 14.10 to 14.13? We'll discuss this three gunas very detailedly today. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
14.10.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. 14.11. The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are eliminated by knowledge. 14.12. O chief of the Bhardas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. 14.13. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Guru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. 14.14. When one dies in the mode of
Enough,
goodness.
Prabhuji. Enough. We'll discuss only this four because they are very important. We need to know more in detail.
Yes.
So now we know that the three gunas are there. So in the 10th, what we are saying, in the modes will be, how the modes will be, if the three modes are there, they are every time equal. If it is mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance, the three modes are equal. But every time they are in a competitive spirit, and one will be in superiority. So how will that one be superiority? See, how do these gunas arise in us? That is my main question. So, and the next thing is why these three gunas are equal, but how they are going to have prominence in each of them. So, these three gunas, the three gunas are there, no? The three gunas, the mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance, they are equal. But how they are going to rise in and soul? Any one of you can answer? Hare Krishna, just think of it.
Hare Krishna Mataji, mode of goodness will be definitely
No.
required for.
I'm saying this, how these gunas are going to arise in our soul.
Arise in a soul. Depends
Yeah,
on our karma, Mataji.
depends upon our karma. Okay, next.
We are going away from Krishna. That's why our gunas will.
Here, Krishna, I'm not asking about we are going away from Krishna or we are stepping forward towards Krishna. I'm asking how, because the soul is entrapped in a living entity and it is working under these three gunas. But how these gunas are going to bind us? How these gunas are going to arise in us?
By association, Mataji. By wrong
No,
association, maybe it may.
no. You said that karmic reaction due to our previous karma and swabhava, that is okay.
Yes, Mataji.
And due to our activities, what are the activities we are doing presently? That also depends upon the mode of which mode we are going to associate. And due to our eating habits, because by eating only you can be fit, no? So due to these activities, our gunas are going to arise. Due to our karma and swabhava, the nature of the soul or the desires of the soul, the swabhava of the soul, what will happen due to this karma and due to the activities, what the soul is going, has desired according to its circumstances, entrapped in whichever the body, and due to its eating habits, these three gunas will arise in a human body. See, I'll give you the lot of examples so that you can get through that. See, when you have a good and bad habits are there. See, if you're facing in your mind, you will be having. So some people will be thinking that no, if I do this, it is very good for me. And in your mind, there'll be some tug of war like that. One will be the angel and one will be the demon. Every time the angel will say, as a devotee, I'm saying my experience. So every time what the mind will be saying, no, you have to do all this. Later you can do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or later you can do all the things that are favor for Krishna consciousness. But in my mind, the angel will be supporting us. It will say, first leave off everything. First do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. First do the service of the Lord. Later you can do anything. But according to time, space, and circumstances, we will be choosing which one you have to do first and which one you have to do later. Yeah. In the same way, what will happen? No, these three modes are there. No, these three modes, what will be doing if the goodness wanted to be prominent? See, I told these three gunas are going to arise according to one's deeds or the karmic reaction. One's deeds are the one activity, one deeds, one's activities, and one's eating habits. So, in these three ways, the gunas are there. So, these gunas, how they will be the guna will be in. If sometimes we'll be doing a very good thing, it will be in higher nature. If sometimes we do any bad thing, it will be in the lower nature. So, these, if I want to have a mode of goodness every time, I have to defeat the mode of passion and mode of tamoguna or mode of ignorance. If my passion is more, then I have defeated the goodness and tamoguna. If tamoguna is prominent, other two are decreased. In this way, there will be every time a tug of competition according to the three gunas, rajas, tamas, and tamogunas. So every time this can't be like that, no? Every time this means because every time according to our karma, our work, our choice of food, what we are taking, it depends upon which the mode of goodness or mode of passion are going to be prominent in this competition. So if one is in a pure path, one who wanted to transcend these modes, means he is going to one who is who needs to be transcended to this mode, means he must be in a Krishna conscious person, or he must be a devotee of the Lord. If one is intended towards advancing in Krishna consciousness, one has to transcend the modes of nature. So he must be in a state of pure consciousness or pure goodness. The pure goodness is called Vishuddha Sattva. We know up till three only we know: goodness, passion, and ignorance. But now we have to transcend all these three, and we have to attain the pure goodness. The pure goodness is called Vishuddha state. Vishuddha means the pure goodness, where the pure devotees are liberated. If they may be in this world, but they will be liberated. See, if one is going to be prominent, other is going to be reduced by the other thing. In this way, if one, in which way they are prominent, according to this activities also. So sometimes no, a pure devotee will be there. He'll be eating only sattvic foods. So sattvic foods is no meat. So whatever it is easily grown, he may be eating. So his body, his nature, every time will be sattvic. If a person is in Rajoguna is there, he likes to eat more salt and sweety foods. If he is a Tamoguna person, he likes to have some addictions like drugs, meat eating, every time drinking wines, intoxication. In that way, he'll be. So eating habits and the activities what he is doing, it gives the prominent rise in which mode he is going to be manifested. And by developing one mode, one the other two are defeated. It is easily known. So if we take an example of Ambarish, by seeing the prostitute in the arms of other person, he was attracted, and due to that attracted, he got disfamed, and he got even down, because she was a prostitute. By seeing with his senses, he got attracted to the prostitute, and he left his parents, and left his family. He kicked out his wife, and he became a person. And afterwards, all the Brahmin community, they threw this Ajamila and this prostitute out of their community. So they both used to go and stay in the forest. And as the prostitute is in Tamoguna, she'll be always accustomed to intoxication, eating meat and other thing. This Brahmana was also doing the same. So he got lot of kids in that same Tamoguna. Again, after at the age of 88 years of his age, by his association with some of the devotees, he got his son named Narayana. So by at the time of death, he chanted Narayana, Narayana. By the four symbols of Narayana, he got the visualized symbols of this Vishnu Dutas, and also he has seen the Yamadutas. So in that way, again he got a second chance, and he after getting the second chance, this Ajamila left his wife, five kids, everything, and he went to Prayaga, and he stayed there in the Vaishnava Sangha. And after doing the penance for 12 years and doing Vaishnava Seva, he got a chance again to go to Vaikuntha. So it also depends upon the association where we are staying. If the association is in wrong association, the mode will be in Tamoguna Rajas. If the association is in good association according to Krishna consciousness, or devotees in the association, we will be every time in the mode of goodness. And we have to transcend this mode of goodness. But yet there is that the dominance of previous karmas will be acting, and the differentiation of food, and the food that is never ending. Every time this will be acting on that also. But we know that if one guna appears, the other gunas are very weak. And now, the Lord will be speaking in each of the words. In the 11th words, God is speaking about the qualities, or how the mode of goodness is going to act, and how the mode of goodness in passion is going to act, how it is going to act in ignorance. So each and everything, these three verses, they give the characteristics of each guna. So in every time we give for sattva guna, it will be the clarity. because they are discriminal, and the purity, honesty, and the divinity you can see in Sattva Guna. Whereas in Rajoguna, so we'll be discussing the Sattva Guna now. So when knowledge and the happiness are as well as they are the doors. Because if you see that they are the doors of senses, the Sattva Guna will be increased in our bodily consciousness. Because when all the gates of your body are illuminated by the knowledge, how you'll get the illumination, the knowledge. What is the knowledge? You're not this body, you're the soul. And now you know that you're not this body and you're the soul, and how you have to be in that soul. How the soul will be very, very happy when you are connected to the Lord. So in this way, when you're all the gates of your body, all the gates of your body means the nine gates of your body, the openings, two eyes openings, two ears, two mouth, two nostrils, and the genitals, anus, and everything. These are the nine gates of your body. No, these nine gates, when they are illuminated, means when they are subjected. What are the activities you do in the mode of word of goodness? That is, you will be every time in the correct prescription. You'll be having the discriminal facility, and what will you'll be having the cleanliness inside and outside. Outside, you are taking the bath. Inside, what you are doing, inside for the cleanness of the soul, you are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Or when you are in a mode of goodness, the people will be always reading books, watering the plants, or playing traditional music, or they will be reading something and they will be teaching, eating others. So, whenever you do, there will be symptoms of goodness. The real awareness of all this goodness is this through the sounds of Vedas. Means sound of Vedas we can't read, but we can hear through different persons. So, all the doors, if your ears are implied in hearing, everything is going to be purified. So the knowledge appears in the form of relieving the sense objects, such as through the sound, you are going to gather lot of knowledge. Means Jnana Darvishu. Means about from hearing, you can realize the knowledge also. By after realizing that, what you have to do, you have to contemplate on it. After contemplating, you'll get the realized knowledge. If you hear only, if you have taken a cup of milk, if you hear that this milk is very good for your nourishing, if you're going to see, if you're going to hear, if you got without tasting it, it will nourish your body. It doesn't nourish. But if you have taken inside, if you taste the milk and if you're going to take it for your body, it nourishes your body. Means the knowledge and the practical application, jnana vijnana, both the things we need. Jnana is the knowledge, vijnana is the practical knowledge, application of knowledge. So both the things, if you are going to take, then you will be illuminated by knowledge. So one becomes clean inside and outside. How? If you take a Vaishnava, what a Vaishnava will be in that, he'll be reading, he'll be very he'll be very, what we'll say, he'll be satiated. Whatever he's having, he will be very happy with that. He doesn't want anything more than his basic amenities. He'll be doing his seva, he'll be doing all the deity worship, just as a Brahmana now, or a Brahmana rise to a Vaishnava. So the Vaishnava is 100 times more than a Brahmana. 100 not, it will be more and more than a Brahmana. So what will happen? No, every time if we see a Vaishnava, he'll be very happy inside and outside. Because his soul is very happy both inside and outside, there will be an illumination in the face of the Vaishnava. The knowledge and the happiness also appears. So he'll be in the increasing state of Sattvaguna. Means he'll be in the pure Sattvaguna. That is the Vishuddha Sattva, the Vasudeva Sattva. Now coming to the mode of passion. In the mode of passion, what will be there? The symptoms are he'll be greatly attached. His fruitive activities are there, and he's having more intense endeavor, uncontrollable desires, and hankering development. See, if a man is there, if a farmer is there, a farmer got 2 coins of gold. So at that time, the farmer was very humble. Whatever the farmer used to get from the field, he's very happy in feeding his family and every time. When he got the 2 pieces of gold from a sage, and he said, just sit in one room and rub the pieces so that the pieces will be double and double. So what this farmer, no, he got very much greedy himself, and he went to a room and he started. There is no other activity because he was very greedy, because he was in the state of he was very happy. No, it was a mode of goodness. Now he got two gold coins, and the sage also have given, if you are going to rub this, one more coin will be continued. So he thought, no, now my basic amenities are there, but I wanted to have a nice bungalow and other thing. So he went into the house and he shut the door, and he was doing the gold. He was just rubbing the gold coins and more gold coins. So after a little time for the basic amenities or little, he has to stop. But the mode of passion was such in that farmer. He sat there and he was rubbing till his 10 to 20 years of lifespan over. And the whole room where he was sitting, no, it was completely filled with. He can't even open the door. That will be the stage of mode of passion. It will be every time increasing and increasing, and it will be having greater and the greater attachment to it. See, in the state of passion, we are having three gunas. That is lobha. We don't want to give anything, or we don't want to give once because I'm having lots and lots of dresses, for example. But to give one to a servant, I don't have that heart to give that. So I'll be in that position. I don't want to give up my positions. That is the stage of age of Loba, and I'll be never satisfied. I'll be hankering more and more so that I need more and more dresses. And every time this more and more, the desire to get more and more wealth and to get various things by hook or crook, I need it. Some people will be there, just like in younger generations. If they see a nice girl or anything, they'll think that she must be mine. So at that time, the girl may be seeing the other guy. This fellow will take his revolver and he'll shoot the guy. And at that time, when the girl says that you are a murderer, I don't want to be your wife and other thing, then what the other person, this person is having a pistol, so he will just blow off her. Again, the both are dead. But when this fellow is going to be caught by the police, what he will do? He will take again the pistol and he will shoot again himself, and he'll be. This is the symptom what we will be seeing in our magazines or newspapers mostly. This is the symptom of mode of Rajoguna. Every time mode of passion. If he needs it by hook or crook. That is the tendency of a pravati. Pravati means that is, he is devoid. He needs it by seeing he wants that. He is devoid of that active purpose. If it is actually the purpose to solve it, nothing. It's only for sense gratification. That is engaging oneself. Some people will be there, no, engaging every time in the work. They will get up at morning 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and they will engage themselves up till 10 o'clock in the work. Just like a workaholics. But they don't see that they need some time to do the service of the Lord or anything. They'll be just like workaholics. So if they are going to do like that only, they are going to miss their happiness of this life. Everything they are going to miss. No. But see, if I can give you an example, one person will be there. He'll be doing lot of work hard, and he'll be raising penny by penny, and he'll build a nice mansion, and he want to stay there. Is he a eternal person to stay there in that nice building? Are we eternal? The soul is eternal, but this body is not eternal, no. So what will happen? That the work which he was done, that will be yielded by the other generations. In the same way, if you are going to construct many residential houses, if we are having many palatable houses also, your lifespan is very small. You can't enjoy to the 100%. We don't know when we are going to return to ours. So every time we have that inability of senses, senses to give up enjoyment of sensible object. If a wife is there, a wife likes a dress, so she'll see in the mirror and she thinks that no, this is very good for me. And at the same time, in that where she was buying the dresses, she thought, no, no, why to take only one? This is very good for me. So I'll take nearly 60 colors are there. So I'll take the 60 colors so that I can wear for 60 days. So who will be in trouble? The husband will be in trouble, no? Because according to the circumstances, we have to. But in the passion, how will be? They won't be seeing anything. How much their money is spending, what they don't have any constant condition of their kind. After doing and some people will be in that stage. After doing this thing, I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. It will be in a repeated thing, but they don't think that it is something. Means only longing for that material objects, and every time they'll be in great hankering for that sense gratification. See, if one wants to remain in a family and house and continue to process with the sense gratification, it's okay. And they are little bit God consciousness, it is good for them. If some people will be there, if the family, some people are such that they want to have a nice family, nice kids, so it's nice habits, but they are not God consciousness. If they are not God consciousness, is this the habits every time they will be having a degradation. If it is God consciousness, they will be elevating. So every time longing to possess good qualities or bad qualities, all will decide by the moments of the circumstances which the mode is going to act on us. So this is about Rajoguna, means every time longing, every time. So now we'll be coming to the state of Tamoguna, which I am presently there. See, every time I will be thinking that we'll be doing lot of good things every time. But what will happen now? According to delusion or illusion, sometimes we may be not doing anything. According to darkness means we don't want to do anything. Madness, according to madness, according to our laziness, we don't want to work anything. And in Tamoguna, how we'll be, no, we won't follow any types of rules and regulations. We will be doing the work as whimsically. See, normally every human being have to get up early in the morning, evening, rise. But when we are in a stage of ignorance, what we'll be doing? We'll be sleeping in the morning and we'll be waking up in the night. If we are doing the work also, we'll be doing the night shift and other thing. Even though we have the capacity to work, we don't endeavor to do anything. So that is the nature of Tamoguna. So whatever may be, absence of discrimination, absence of effort, inattention, absorption of false appearance, or this everything will be increasing in our tamoguna. So every time there is that. So when we are in a mode of goodness, we'll be following all the rules and regulatives. But no, but in tamoguna, opposite of them. No rules, nothing. And you don't have a enough knowledge. So the discriminating power is also very less. So absence of discriminations, lack of knowledge, absence of knowledge, everything will give us to laziness. And this laziness, we can't do our proper effect. The best of our ability, we can't do. And so they'll be every time in that immovable state. They don't want to move from here, ever things. And their consciousness, we as and their life is also inactive state. Inactive. If this person is going to be born again, they will be, because they are prolonged to sleeping more and lazy easy, they will be thinking the result of them in this life may be a human, but in it they'll be in an experiencing of the polar bear because they like sleeping more. The polar bear sleeps for 6 months and it will be wake only for six months. So in that same way, this ignorance. So negligence, if you are doing anything also, every time negligence, not remembering anyone's any time what we are to go. See, at the time, we have seen that many times in the crossing. See, the pedestrians will be crossing and the vehicles will be stopped at the right line. But when the person is in mode of ignorance, He'll be chatting on the phone and he'll be walking. He doesn't see the light of the signal. So the car or anything, it will dash. So it is that he is not having any discriminative power or attention, inattention to that, and not holding anything, absorption, and whatever the absorption is there, it is long. See, every time he'll be in delusion, he'll be in depression, he'll be in desire, he will be in anxiety, anger, and disturbances. All these three are for the tamoguna. If we see sattva, tamo, and rajas, sattva it is the light up in the path, just like a torch. Whereas the other two are, they are going to degrade us from our human position. So every time, so you can take the examples of Ravana and Kumbhakarna. See, Ravana was in the state of passion. See, at that time Ravana was there. No, when Ravana has seen the in Sita Mata, Ravana was in that state that he was thinking that Sita is a very beautiful, full woman in the world, and whichever the beautiful things or anything is there, he wants that. So he went back of Sita. He disguised as a sage and he took Sita Mata. And after 1 year, yeah, Ravana was killed by Rama. And that is the action of he was in the mode of passion. And if you take his brother, the same brother, Kumbhakarna, he was in the mode of ignorance. Ignorance. He used to sleep for six months and he used to wake up once. Again, he used to have his food and other things. Again, he used to sleep. So, this Kumbhakarna was in the mode of ignorance. As such, we may also crave, as we all are also the individual entities striving to be devotees, but according to our svabhava, what we'll be doing, we are also having a crave for wealth and power. See, so in this way, when we are in Rajoguna, we see around the people. If we are in a mode of goodness, no, we see each and everybody around us. Will be sticking to power in the office or work, power for the work in the office. By hook or crook, they want that to be done. So unethical competition is there due to Rajoguna. And if you go for the Tamoguna, these people know they forget that what they have to do also, and they will be always addicted to this bad habits. But we have seen all this. So different modes of nature, what are the goodness, it is passion, what is. So depends. It is giving goodness, all the good habits. In ignorance, all the bad habits. But as of present, we are in the state of Rajoguna, mixture of goodness and passion. So how we can come out of it? So we need to know in the mode of ignorance means Nidra, Alasya and Pramada. Pramada means madness. So due to ignorance, what we are going to have? We are going to have oversleep. Due to madness, we'll be having this suicidal tendencies. We need to have lot of intoxication at the time of, or at that time in time we'll be in an indecisive stage. We feel in the mode of need of ignorance, we'll feel that we are indecisive because we are insecure, we are having a lot of fearfulness, we will panic, no thinking anything, just like a fox. How will be the fox in the forest? It doesn't want to work hard, but it wants only easy food. The same way, it reflects the mode of ignorance. But later, when we come to mode of passion, just we are in that stage. See, in passion, what we'll be doing, we'll be having in passion, Sangha and Krishna. Krishna means Sangha is the association, Krishna is the desire. So in Sangha, we'll be having lot of competition that is over ambitious to see and show our glamour. We must be the first according to our pride, anger. And due to our thirst of honor and prestige, no, we'll be always envious. We'll be always attached mode. We'll be having in the bossing tendency. We don't want to be humble. We want to be boss others. Then this will lead to partial thinking of us. And when we are in Sattva Guna, That is Sukham and Jnanam. Means Sattva-guna means every time we'll be doing we'll be following all the regulations what we have to follow, and our we'll be in a controlled mind, and our thinking will be creative thing. See, in regulations means every time cleanliness will follow, simplicity, thoughtfulness, thinking well, and feeling. Every time will be in a form of nobility. And whereas in a control mind means we are disciplined, obedience, we are compassionate, and control senses. And we are also friendly in nature. Friendly means calm, and we'll be every time summoned to. And realizing of wisdom, and we are every time in tolerance. These are the different character. And the animal we can get in goodness is the cow. The cow will always do its duty and it will go off. It doesn't see for the others also. It will just take care of its calf and it will go. And in the mode of goodness, the animal which represents is a lion. Every time fiercely look. And now I'm going to ask you, I'll say you one story. And in that, I want who is in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. This is the story which each and every one of us know. See, there was a just this is only for understanding what will be our mode. Sorry. See, we have heard the story of a cab seller, no? Once the cab seller was very tired of walking long distance, and he was having a basket full of cabs to sell in a village. But unfortunately, by walking such a long distance, no, he felt tired and he kept his basket beside him, and he slept under the banyan tree. And the banyan tree, there were a lot of monkeys were there. So the monkeys had picked up each and every one monkey came down and he took one cap and it was showing very nicely. So other monkeys also wanted to have that cap. So other monkeys also came down and they started taking one cap, and the basket was full empty. And still the capsular was sleeping. After some time, what happened? Now this capsular gone. No, he woke up and he saw his basket. The basket was full of empty. If if the capsular was in ignorance, what he is going to do? Any one of you?
Uh, he will try to take from the monkeys.
Ignorance.
He will hit.
Oh, he may go away.
He will
One by one. Yes, Murli Prabhu, ignorance.
ignorance. He will punish the monkeys.
He'll punish the monkeys.
Yeah, by hitting the stones or throw the stones to take the monkeys.
Now saying about passion. That is mode of passion. I'm asking about ignorance.
He will
Yes,
still
Mani
sleep.
Prabhu.
He will still sleep.
No, he woke up, no. The capsular he has woken up. So by seeing the basket empty, what the capsular will be if he's in the mode of ignorance? He'll just take the basket and he'll just walk away.
Yes.
He's very lazy to do the work. The caps are not there. So it is not his fault. So he'll just take the basket and he'll just walk away. Murli Prabhu, you have answered it in passion.
Okay, ma'am.
What is the goodness?
The monkeys will return back the caps.
Return back the caps. How?
Same the way the cap seller also keep one cap in the same place, and the monkeys follow this same way.
Yeah, monkeys have a natural tendency to follow what the other person is doing. So he thinks wisely. So the mode of goodness, he gets all his claps and he takes it and he runs away. If he is in passion, he'll just take the stones and he'll be beating the monkeys. The monkeys will be doing the same thing to him. It is in passion. Is this very clear? I have given lot of examples also because this is the main thing what we have to know. how our soul is going to be entrapped, how these modes are going to act on us. I'll end this class now. Any doubts, any clarifications, anything? Go ahead, Prabhuji.